Hello everyone, Pure Station here. Welcome back to a new video, and boy, we have got some good news today. This is my buddy Bolt Spider. I don't know if you all know who he is, or if you do. Do or don't, please go subscribe to this man. This guy is like on point with this stuff. boyzz is really good. I'm just gonna go and throw that out the window. It's really, really good. This new support is pretty cracked, and I decided to make a video on it because it's kind of a big deal. So, as you see, we finally got a link 1. It only took us, I don't know, about 10 years. boyzz finally has a link 1. It's cracked, as you could imagine. The exact effects of this card -1, I was like, it has to be like this to be able to function with the deck and for it to be a cohesive strategy. This card pushes it over the limit. So this is I don't know, is it, I think it's Spirit with Eyes Blue, whatever it is, like, you get it. Basically what it is it's a baby blue eyes hatching, whatever. So basically, this card is cracked. Along with the other support, this deck now hits really dangerous margins for a structure deck. This is probably the strongest structure deck I've seen, and Blue Eyes is not finally meta. It is basically a tier 0 strategy at this point, because this is too consistent. The deck could get through 4 non-engine before it would be stopped in its tracks. This pushes it because it does 2 really good things. So if you already have a Blue Eyes in a location, you can get one out. Not only that, the negating its effects doesn't really matter, because you're basically just playing 3 vanillas in the deck now. So that's something that we can really jump on and get ahead on. Is the cards are cracked. And I know, like I said, I didn't do a video on the last one because I waited for most of the support to be announced. We're still missing 1 card. I think it's Magia. I'm just gonna go and throw that out there. I think it's Magia, but it is what it is. Hang on. Anyway, back to the whole Blue Eyes thing. Is these cards are cracked, so we're gonna go ahead and go over these, and I'm gonna kind of explain them as we go along. I'm gonna explain like all the cards, the cohesive strategy that this deck now beholds. So with this new Link monster, the cards you need to keep in mind are: 1, Mausoleum of White is playable now, so that's a huge step in the right direction. Second of all, this thing has an on-summon effect. It locks you while it's on field, which doesn't matter. And it has an effect where it tributes itself for cost. It's supposed to summon Blue Eyes from hand or grave, which means it can do that under skill drain, which is insane. So With that being said, I mean, it's like really good. Not only that, but let's say you start with Maiden. You pitch Maiden, you get True Light. True Light, you go and search Advent. Advent, you special Blue Eyes. Maiden triggers, brings itself back. And then you have the card I'm getting ready to go over, which I'm kind of just skip around to it. Make sure you guys watch the video. I have watched the whole thing. I'm going to kind of skip around here a little bit to this card. This is the Kaiser Seahorse, and basically, if you control Blue Eyes, you special summon this card. You can target a light tuner you control, increase or decrease its level by 1, which means the Maiden can go to 2, and you can go into other plays. You can actually make a Synchro 10. You can do that. You can make Dissipator. I think Dissipator is a dragon, right? Hang on. I want to make sure like I'm factually correct on this shit. I don't want to just be telling you shit. Don't smoke up your ass. I have it here somewhere. It's not the card I'm looking for. I have it here. Give me a minute. Actually, I know exactly where it is. Oh, I didn't want to get in this. I really don't like going through cards while I'm trying to do videos, but I'm going to figure it out in a minute. If he's patient, I'll figure it out for him. Oh, that's Memento. I have it somewhere. Where I'm putting it. If he would wait 5 minutes for me to get done with this video. Figure, dude. Have you tried doing anything? It's here somewhere. I really don't want to look it up on Omega. That's why I'm doing it this way. I guess I'll have to look it up. Alright. Well, too bad for me trying to do things the easy way, right? So I guess I'm gonna have to like hiatus this video. It'll like blank to you all, but I'm just on Omega. I'll have to reset these. Cool. Move this up here. Feel. So just give me a second. I have to do this like this in the keyboard's book. Yes. Okay. Dissipator. Yeah. Yeah, you can make Dissipator. So, with Saga, you can summon a Blue Eyes, and then you can banish the card, Fusion Summon, which I don't think you'll be doing that turn 1. But Prayers is the one you will be doing turn 1, which is banishing it and equipping itself to a Blue Eyes, which will normally go on the Synchro that you're going to make. And you can turn it into a Tyrant Dragon. You can do that. I haven't written the spreadsheet yet. I've written the first half of it. I have half the deck built on here. Y'all will see it later, but basically I have half the spreadsheet done for the deck. I have to do the other half of it. I've got a lot of work to do. Because this deck is that good, and I have to start, pouring money into that deck because it is too good. So let me get back to the task at hand, which is these cards, and they are just broken as shit. They're so good. So this card, again, if you control Blue Eyes, it just specials right out of your hand. I wish it said or engrave, like every other broken deck, but it's fine. And then again, you can increase the level of the tuner, so you can make Maiden a 2, and you can make Dissipator off of it, Blue Eyes, which is kind of cool. um, or like whatever, like level 10 you want to make. Like I said, the Link monster only locks you and restricts you while it's on board. No Blue Eyes card besides the Link 1 locks you into anything. Period. I don't think the spells do, which, you know, we have all the old spells right here. Special Summon 1, if you do... but if you do not control Blue Eyes, you have to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon by this effect, which is fine. Nobody really cares. Then you got, you know, Saga. You have one, doesn't lock you. This card, again, doesn't lock you. And even this card, which tells your opponent you can't banish cards, so as soon as you make this, it will turn off all Bastiles that your opponent has, because your opponent cannot banish your cards from grave. Which Dragon Link's going to be playing this. You're going to see all these cards in Dragon Link, so hope you enjoyed while it lasts, but it's coming. But basically, you know, you make this, and you can't banish cards, which, you know, all Bastiles, which are really good against this deck, go straight out the window, because basically you're just going to turbo into this as fast as you can. That's pretty much it. So, let's get on to, let's see if we went, oh, I have not explained the final card of this damn thing. So if this card is sent to the graveyard, it has to go from field to grave, which, that's so hard to do. You send a Blue Eyes, or one monster that mentions it, from deck to grave. It doesn't have to be specifically White Dragon, it can be a Blue Eyes monster, which is, like, too good. Because with the Link 1, let me go up here and find it. With the Link 1 here, you can literally send, like, Solid. So Blue Eyes Solid Dragon, which, normal and special, you can target a monster and negate its effects. This card contributed itself, deal with a problem card, and then start pouring out some of the gas, which is kind of ridiculous. Also, it can just bring out, like, Jet Dragon, or, you know, whatever you're looking for. So, I don't think you can do Chaos Max, because I do believe he has to be summoned properly. This deck does play Chaos Max too. I'll explain it here in a second. Yeah, it must be Ritual Summon, so you can't special it back, which is fortunate. So, yeah. So with that being said, you know, you have this card, it's great. Like I said, all these cards just go together too well. Then we have this, and this is the real problem card. This is like 10 times better than even playing Ultimate Creature Destruction. So, what this card does is you basically just play three vanilla Blue Eyes for this card. Having vanilla Blue Eyes in hand is never bad. The deck's too consistent. If I play 3 Garnets, I don't give a fuck. This shit's too good. You don't play Melody anymore. You play Dictator just to send Blue Eyes. That's about it. Plus, you can go into Link 1, add Mausolean. It kind of just goes off from there. But, kinda too good. Specifically, this card basically says, have your opponent look at up to 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand, face-up field, and or graveyard, which means they can be from any of those 3 locations. So, hand, field, grave. Not deck, hand, field, grave. Destroy that many cards your opponent controls. This sounds really hard to do, doesn't it? It does not. Contrary to disbelief, this is not hard. Simply because of a card called True Light. And I'm actually gonna, you know, go and boot my, well, you all can see my Omega actually. How nice is that? Da, 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 da. So, let me pull up Omega here. So, with this card called True Light here, it's really easy access because, again, you all can see like what I've got built so far. But most of this is theory. Like, Like until we get everything to where I can start piecing this thing up, like up right now, we can't do anything. I think that you play it too. I'm pretty sure, because if this is removed, it is very hard, especially if it's banished. It's very hard for this to get it back because it's hand, deck, graveyard. And it's specifically True Light. You say I don't have Sage in here. Again, it's all theory. I have to theorize everything, get everything in order. Right now, things are just all over the place. These are just ideas. I have not, spent 20 plus hours building this yet. This has been like an hour of building it. But specifically, you can see like the main focus of like what's happening here. And I think this card is unnecessary because this fusion summons. This is a quick play. It's during the main. No one gives a fuck. It's kind of bad. I can't think of one time I want to fusion summon using specific materials on my opponent's turn. I don't like Ultimate Fusion. I think it is like one of the worst cards. This card is like 10 times better. It specials Blue Eyes Monster from deck, graveyard, or banishment in defense mode. Specials Blue Eyes if you don't have it, like whatever. Like White Dragon. But if you control Blue Eyes, you can special summon any Blue Eyes monster. Up and including Solid. Jet Dragon. I don't know why you'd want it in defense mode, but I'm sure that there's a combo with this deck that you can do that. Can't do that. You can do this. Pretty interesting. Now, why is this here? You may ask. Why is it here? There's no ritual spell. I'll show you something. So, on that lovely card that I was telling you all about, there is a graveyard effect on this thing. And it specifically says you can banish this card from your graveyard, ritual summon one ritual monster from hand by tributing a Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand or field whose level equals exactly equal the level of the monster you ritual summon. That is like terrible wording. But basically what it's saying is you can ritual summon a ritual monster by using the exact level of the ritual monster. Which if you use a Blue Eyes monster, you're making Chaos Max. And this is very easy. It's not hard. It's not very difficult. Even though it does say by tributing a Blue Eyes White Dragons from your hand or field whose level exactly equal the level of the monster you ritual summon. You just use one. So just hand or field, banish it. It's guess what? It's quick effect. It's on your it's on a trap card, for God's sakes. So you can literally just shit out Chaos Max on your opponent's turn. Which is sometimes okay, yeah, I get it. But the chances of you doing that are not very likely. Especially if they start trying to like hit cards on your field doing what they're doing, or like targeting to destroy. There's only one minute problem with this, and specifically what it is True Light. Opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone with card effects. That's specifically a problem because of all the cards we have. So in order to interact with some of these cards, you have to do something. Unfortunately, True Light does not activate if it is not in the graveyard. And there's a lot of cards in this deck you'll find that give them protection for no reason. Enter Jet Dragon. So Jet Dragon, other cards you control can't be destroyed by card effects, whatever. Right. You can target, you can banish this. Cool. It says specifically if sent from Spell and Trap Zone to the graveyard. The card won't activate if you Cosmic Cyclone it. And if you lightning storm, and you call back row, and jet dragon's up, nothing's gonna happen. You have to deal with the jet dragon, and there are multiple ways to bring it back. Again, you can think of cards like Chaining, True Light, bringing back Blue Eyes. Let's say you have Twin Twisters, and you're trying to pop cards. Again, that's really fine, because when you start removing stuff, which is not going to happen when you punch turn, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that your Cosmic Cyclone will not resolve because of this motherfucker. So this guy, you're going to at least keep one of these on your board, which will keep your opponent from, resolving their effects. I think if you do King Calamities, you're just a giant pussy, and there's not really any good gameplay there, and that's not a idea that will be seen at the top tables. I'll tell you that right now, because it's so easily you can plot right through it. Because if you go Crimson target this, more than likely they're gonna enable 2 Veilers on this thing. So you have to do more than that. It's not gonna work. Now, if you're able to make this plus Magia turn 1, which you gotta afford Magia first, you're actually set up pretty good, and you can do a lot with it. Which is why I think Ultimate Fusion is a really bad card, and why you play this over Ultimate Fusion, simply because it can do things like that, and it's really good going forward. I don't know if Chaos Max is needed. I do know that there are decks that will put things in defense mode, and they do not have very good defense in your Jet Dragon, and you can just punch right through them for game, because sometimes people do that. Maybe you side this card, I don't know. Again, I don't really have the build going forward, and I haven't gotten that was nasty with the content creators and the pro players to really manifest this deck yet. But we basically know that the spells are 3-ofs because you want to see them. And with True Light, really you can minimize the effort, but this is the only one you could really minimize, and you don't really want to minimize it because it has just instant access to Blue Eyes, which is really what the deck needed. Now you say, why play 3 of this? You play 3 of this specifically for the trap itself, and getting it to grave is really easy. 1, this gets it out. 2, this gets it out. 3, this gets it out. So these 3 things are your main combos, and you'll pitch all 3 of them. Now, you can argue that Ultimate Fusion could shuffle them back, so you can do it again. But I don't think your grind game's that long. I think this deck's just ultimately too good, which is great. As you say, I don't have Neo Ultimate or the Magia in here yet, mainly because I haven't really sat down and really tested this thing out. This is just theory. But yeah, so we have if I can get back on the thing. So we have the trap. And the trap's really good. So we have 3 really good support cards. You get the 3 monsters, the 2 monsters, and you get the trap card. This monster's freaking great. It's awesome. Also in Bolt Spider's video, if I can find it, he talks about the cards that come in the structure deck, which are very good. And I think that's it. Yeah. Again, as you can see, it is very hand trap driven. This, they know that this structure deck is very hand trap reliant. They know that it has 1 card combos that just are impeccable. And in a format to where we're playing Bestials, where we're going to go and play Sharks, and then go to this is just too good. And there's no other engines needed. It's just Blue Eyes has a lot of support, had support. It's been mid, but this ties it all together to make the field spell finally searchable, which is broken as shit, which works really well with Priestess, which was up to this point a bad card. She is now your Melody of Awakening Dragon, because she used to add fucking Blue Eyes cards anytime she's targeted. And luckily, this targets. This targets, dumps Blue Eyes. This triggers, sends itself, adds alternative, Blue Eyes, adds Jet Dragon, Solid, adds Chaos Max, whatever you want. I mean, this support's really good, and it does a lot. And now let's say you want to do like more of a regular Poly and Chaos Max build, which you can do. It's whatever you want to do. I'm a competitive player, but you don't have to play it competitively. You can play it for fun, and it's like you're still gonna kick the shit out of people. Like, you can play it for fun, play 9 hand traps, go to your locals, and you're gonna fucking win with this shit. This shit's just arrogant. Like all of these cards, they're just 1 card gates. 100%. It's so dumb. This card just dumps Blue Eyes. So if you pitch this, let's say you open this and Dictator, and you're literally just trying to get by. You go this effect, they ash it, right? So then Dictator, pitch for cost, special. You have Ultimate Fusion in hand, can't really do anything with it. And actually, you can't ash this. I'm a fucking dumbass. It sets. What would be a really good ashable effect? Let's say they ask this. So let's say I pitch this. I've set this, and then I've searched this with True Light. Alright. Which, again, you can't ash that either, because it sets. So I get access to prayers. I activate prayers. I discard 1 card for cost. Gets negated. Alright, cool. Gets ash. That's fine. Don't have talents. What I do have is Dictator. And I go Dictator effect. I dump Blue Eyes. Special Dictator. Go Dictator effect. I pitch Chaos Max. Because it just so happens, I think it does. Let me make sure. Actually, it does not. Funny enough. So let's say I have alternative, because I know it does. And I use Dictator, I pitch alternative, right? I special back Blue Eyes. This is just worst case scenario, whatever. So then I special back the Blue Eyes. This triggers, specials itself. Then you can go off of your Dictator for the new Link 1. Link 1 goes and grabs Mausolean. You can then Mausolean. Let's say if you have Sage, you can then normal Sage as Priestess. You can then normal Priestess because you have a normal summon jet. You can activate Mausolean, target this, add 2 copies of any Blue Eyes monster, whatever you want, send itself for cost, or if you don't want to do that, you can target this to send, and you can bring back any tuner you have engraved, or you can bring back any Blue Eyes monster you have engraved. It just keeps going. There's a lot of possibilities and a lot of inboards that you can come up with. Specifically with this deck. The deck's just too good now. And that's good. We needed this. Big time. Because I'm tired of all of these meta decks being relevant that no one wants to play. What they really want to see is anime decks do really well. And to get support like this in a structure deck, like, Fire King was really good. This stuff is like 10 times better than the Fire King structure deck. I look for the structure deck to come out in either November or December. I hope November. Praying. Because I'd really like to get my hands on this and play with this. I'm buying 3 structure decks day of. I'm actually buying a case because you can get them in QCRs too. So the cards that come in QCR, if you don't know, are all the new cards that were confirmed. So the Link 1 comes in a QCR. Maiden of White comes in QCR. Prayers comes to QCR. I believe Sage, and I know for a fact this guy comes to QCR. I don't remember exactly which ones do, but there'll be a lot in QCR, so I'm definitely going to get all of them. And they're probably going to be a pretty penny too. So buying cases of this if you're playing Blue Eyes, it's not a terrible idea. Because I'm definitely going to buy a case of it because it's pretty fucking good. I don't know genuinely what cases go for structure decks or for one like this. I'm praying that they do the same thing they're doing for the OCG over here where we get QCRs. I'm praying. Because that would be the end goal that everybody would want. And I hope they don't make the Kaiser card a common. Because that's stuff they typically do. I tell you this right now, that is not a common. What are you doing? Oh, baby. But yeah. That card ain't a common. I can tell you that right now. I mean, say what you want, it's not a common. But that card is really good, and I think the future for Blue Eyes players is going to look real bright because this deck is going to be really good. Now, within the week, we should have news on a deck profile. We are going to work very hard on it. We've been talking about the deck since we got the support announced. And we are going to get the new Blue Eyes support up like about as fast as we can. Now, the video for this description and any video I put out until I can get a new keyboard, which will be in about 4 days, will not have a description on it. So, I'm not trying to be lazy, but my keyboard broke. They're both over there. They both broke. I have to get wireless ones because my cats like to chew the wires. So we will soon get everything back in order. Everything will be nice and neat, and it won't be lazy. I promise you. I have to use the actual keyboard made into the computer on the screen with a mouse to type. So just know when I typed out the title, that's how I did it. So. If you will have any questions about Blue Eyes support or where I feel like that it's going to go in the future, I'm telling you this right now for 100% for a fact. When this drops, this is the only deck I'm playing. I don't want to play another deck. I want to play this shit. This shit looks amazing. When this drops, both Fiendsmith and Snake Eye and Jubel and whatever else is going to be hit. This deck is good going first, and it is good going second. It's good going second because it's not only is it combo, has one card combos, but it's also mid-rangey. It puts up big bodies really fast. And I think this is a force to be reckoned with. So, and also it plays a lot of non-engine. So if you do not open up optimally, this deck will take advantage and will smack you in the face. So, make sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm Pierce Nation. We'll see you in the next video. Pierce Nation, out.